Hello, I'm Phil, and welcome to my book review. The book I'm reviewing is called Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. This book was first published on October 19, 1953, and later turned into movies in 1966 and 2018. Fahrenheit 451 won 2 awards, Prometheus Hall of Fame in 1984 and the Retro Hugo Award for Best Novel in 2004. The book starts off with Guy Montag on his way from work. He works as a fireman. On his way home, he meets his new neighbor, Clarice McClellan. Houses are fireproof, so firemen have nothing to put out, so they start them on books. They do this because they think they aren't good influences on humans, so they made them illegal. Clarice asks Guy questions about his jobs and why he likes it. Guy liked Clarice because he showed him how to appreciate little things in life. "I'm still crazy. The rain feels good. I love to walk in it," said Clarice in page 19. One day at work, they get a notification that someone had books in their house. They get there and take the books and burn them. They tried to burn the house, but the old lady who lives there stayed inside. She started the fire on her own and said, "Play the man, Master Ridley. We shall this day light such a candle by God's grace, and I shall never be put out," she said on page 33. She was quoting Hugh Latimer to Nicholas Ridley right before they were burned to death because of their religious beliefs. Guy felt really uncomfortable from her actions, so he stole some books to understand why she wanted to die with the books. Next day he felt sick and stayed at home from work. His boss and best friend, Captain Betty, came over to see if he was feeling okay. He had the book hidden under his pillow. Betty talks about how books can be contradictory and the people and stories in them are not real. After Betty leaves, Guy shows the book to his wife, Mildred. Montag reads the books and learns that they tell the truth.
Guy remembers he met an old professor named Faber.
He tells him his plan, which was to make copies of books and educate other people. Guy goes back to work and he was forced to burn his own house down because he had books in it. He burns his house and kills Betty and other firemen. He runs away as the police and news are after him. He manages to get away, but the social media announces that the electronic hound has gotten him and that he was dead. This was false, as he already got out of the state with new friends he met in the forest. They were also doing the same thing that he was, which was to educate people with books. Before the book ends, the war starts, and he can almost imagine seeing Mildred in the building that was collapsing, and he sits and ponders about the health and safety of his dear wife, Mildred. Fahrenheit took place in the near future in a dystopian world, where Guy struggles between the desire of knowledge while the world around him expects ignorance and compliance with standards. I would give this book a 4 out of 5 stars, because there are parts that were a bit boring for me and I didn't understand, but I would recommend this book to people who love reading about science fiction. Other than that, this book is great and has a pretty good message to everyone about the importance of knowledge in a society that changes and gets corrupt by ignorance and the tools that distract us from the world, like the social media. Once again, I'm Phil Manag, and this was my book review on Fahrenheit 451. Hope you enjoyed and learned more about the book.